Okay, here's a little quick how-to for what it looks like to launch an EC2 AutoPilot instance. What you do is in AirCloud, the airproduction.app, you just go to the project that you're working on and navigate down here to Launchpad. And Launchpad will give you the ability to launch connections to the individual robots that are on premises, as well as any EC2s that you may have ready for deployment. Launch is super easy. You just single click the instance icon right here and click Start Instance. You'll get a little prompt that comes up here on the right hand side. And what that means is that the system has successfully initiated the launch of the EC2. Now, it does take anywhere from 15 seconds to 2 minutes to launch the instance. It just depends on how busy AWS is in your region for that particular type of instance at the time. In general, what will happen is you'll get a little green dot will show up down here when the instance is up and running. Now, when I want to get into that instance to control it, what I'll do is I'll just double click that exact same icon, and it's going to launch a control screen for the instance. If the instance is still starting up, you'll see the little spinning wheel up here, and when it's finally ready to load, this is the screen that you'll get. This is the EC2 instance IP address. All you need to do is enter your 4-digit PIN to connect to that instance. Once you connect to it successfully, you can add a camera. I'm going to pick Carlsbad, which is over here in our Big Brother house. And once I click Add, you'll see the image comes in behind here. Now in here I have a little virtual joystick where I can move the robot around. I have my controls up top here for pan, tilt, zoom, and focus. This toggles on and off all of those settings. If it's in red, that means it's off. If it's white, that means it's active. This little toggle here will turn on and off the human identification. If it's turned off, then my lasso is in effect. So say I want to track this sleeping cat, maybe the most boring autopilot demo of all time. I just lasso it, and then the robot's going to go and do its thing tracking that object. If I want to stop the object I'm tracking, I just click this 0. You can see the 0 is for the individual target. I click 0, and now it's no longer tracking. Scroll on the mouse will zoom in, zoom out, and if you hold the F key and scroll, that will give you focus in and out. So you do still have some manual controls for those functions. To control the settings for how fast the autopilot reacts to movement on the pan axis and the tilt axis, you can move these numbers up and down. If you're tracking a sleeping cat, you can leave it at 1. If you're tracking something faster moving like a basketball player or a tennis player, depending on where the camera is positioned, you'll want to increase these pan and tilt multipliers. Smooth bounding box is the other control that you have in here, and what that does is adjusts the amount of movement that the target has before the robot reacts to it. There are some other more precise controls for individual human tracking, whether you want to track in a full body shot, a cowboy, or a close-up. There's also some functions coming where you can have it ignore arm gestures and those kinds of things to make for a more stable shot if it's a public speaker kind of scenario. But when you're done here with your shooting, all you'll do is click delete, and that will disconnect that individual robot from the autopilot instance, and then you're done. You can come back here to your AirCloud control panel, click on that instance, single click on that instance again, and then just say stop, and it's going to go ahead and shut it down.